this gets answered here. Good morning. Good morning. Boy, I tell you, it's not a good sign. It's not a good sign. Right. It's not a good sign when I say good morning. Good afternoon, Evolution family. Today is Wednesday, September 3rd. It's a little bit after 3 p.m. Pacific time, and welcome to the Wednesday training. I tell you, when you're gone for 3 days and you come back, and my clock is off. You know what I mean, Amanda?
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah. You don't know what day it is anymore.
Yeah, it's like I'm going, is it, I don't know why I think today is Tuesday, but it's actually Wednesday, because we had that long weekend. Good afternoon, you guys. This is the Wednesday training, and we have a good one for you today. It's how to book a cruise, and Peggy's joining us. Hi, Peggy. Say hello.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hope everyone's doing well.
Yes, and Peggy's going to be with us as we go through this, but I do want to show you something, and this is something that just broke literally about an hour ago. But let's go to zoom.earth. You guys, here's a hurricane update, okay? This is all on the western coast of Mexico, all right? Let's go to this first one. This is Hurricane Lorena, and as you can see, it is tracking through Cabo San Lucas. So if you've got people going here at all-inclusive resorts, or if you have people currently there at all-inclusive resorts, or going to cruises, be aware that this will affect itineraries, it's going to affect the airports, etc. They're saying that this will now track through, zoom out a little bit, Amanda, so we can see where this is tracking. See, it's going to track up through Hermosillo in the next couple of days. This will be by Friday, all right? Now, wait, there's more. What, Jose? There's more? Zoom out down here, Amanda, right over here. This is Hurricane Lorena. She is now tracking out of Category 4, okay? She's tracking, and she's huge. She's really huge, and this is where they're saying the purported track is going to be this way towards like Nicaragua, Costa Rica, maybe parts of the southern tip of Mexico. We don't know where the track will be, but that's where they're saying it's going. Okay, so be aware of that if you've got people going to all-inclusive resorts in southern Mexico and Costa Rica in the next couple of days. Track that, you guys. We try to keep you guys aware of that because that is so important, especially as we are in the middle of hurricane season, that you track that. Now, let's get back to this. How to book a cruise update. We do this twice a year. We do it during wave season, and Peggy is, I thank you, Peggy, for always joining us because Peggy is very busy with you guys. She is.
You're very, very welcome. It's important.
Yes, it is very important. But here's something else before we get started on this. Okay, Oceania Cruises. You guys, look, it's through September 16th. They have 50% off on their sale now on selected sailings. We just had a supplier webinar training at 1 p.m. Pacific time. Take advantage of this. You guys, listen. The luxury brands never have this kind of deal. Right, Peggy? Do you ever see that with the luxury brands?
Not very often. It's few and far between.
And you have 50% off on selected sailings. Now that you can book this valid through September 16th, take advantage of it. Take advantage of it. I'm going to show you this great video at the end of the training, just to show you so you guys become aware of it, because you guys aren't used to this. You guys have seen all the videos on Princess and Carnival and Norwegian and Holland and blah blah blah. You've seen, but this is a different brand, and the more you have these brands, the more that Amanda can text the link to these videos that you can get out there and share on your socials. That's going to generate more business for you. Amanda, how was the 1 o'clock training?
Absolutely wonderful. Kevin went over all of Oceania's product and what it includes. And then the travel agents had wonderful questions about it, and we answered all of those questions. And it was just a great training. I mean, very knowledgeable. Definitely go back and check it out. And I also think they should go back and check out the sales and marketing lab if they haven't, because
the sales lab,
tools they could use.
Yeah, there's a ton of tools there for you guys to use to really get out there. I mean, this is a higher price point. This is totally different.
Oh yeah.
I mean, this is going to make, the commission on this is going to be like, whoa, I want to book more of this. And it's an incredible product. It is. It really is. I'm telling you. Once you get into this higher luxury brand stuff, it's better cruising all the way around. It just is. Okay, let's now go back, or let's go to the very first one. Okay, now listen. If you want a copy of this PowerPoint, all you need to do is email me at the end of the presentation. And then, you should have this. Now, this is the basics. Really the basics. This is booking 101. But you got to know this because the general public doesn't know. You know, when you ask somebody, right, Peggy? You know,
That's correct.
they don't know what
Yes.
Royal Caribbean is. They don't know what Carnival, what is, they don't know. So the more knowledge you have on these different cruise lines, the more better your business is going to be and the better you'll be able to book it. So let's start at this first one, Peggy. You started off, all right?
All right. What is a cruise? An ocean voyage on a cruise ship line taken for pleasure or as a vacation. Cruise ships are semi and all and inclusive resorts that move from port to port. For travelers, they offer a chance to sample the life of different ports and include opportunities for both relaxation and excitement. Passengers can visit different places without constantly packing and unpacking. That's a plus right there.
Mm-hmm.
Depending upon the cruise line and pricing package, the price of the cruise usually takes care of accommodations, meals, activities, entertainment, and much more.
Yeah, you know, I mean, Peggy really said this right here. Passengers can visit different places without constantly packing and unpacking. This is the hook in the Mediterranean for Europe. That's right here. This is it.
Mm-hmm.
Because that you don't have to pack and unpack. Because people that do the land stuff in Europe are packing and unpacking and packing and unpacking. They do 2 or 3 days here. They got to pack, unpack, and you know, and this way you're already on the ship. So there you go. All right, let's go to the next. This is real basic 101 stuff. This is for the beginning agents. Again, senior leadership, you know, if you want to copy this PowerPoint, all you need to do is email me. But you should know these basic things. Okay, like what is this? What is a cruise ship? A cruise ship is a large floating resort. On board, you can enjoy the luxury and comfort of a 5-star hotel. Plus, you get to choose from different activities. Most cruise ships are equipped with several restaurants, bars, casinos, swimming pools, jacuzzi, spa, gyms, shops, theater, cinema, etc. A lot to do on all the different brands. That's what's on a cruise ship. Let's go to the next slide. Wow, those hurricanes, isn't that crazy? Okay, go ahead, Peggy. You do these.
All right. These are the. Have I skipped one?
We're at
What
the
is a cruise ship? We've already done that.
we're Archer Travel
Archer
Cruise
Travel
Lines.
Cruise lines. The ones with the stars are the preferred vendors. That's not saying you can't sell other cruise lines, but these are the preferred. These are where the higher commissions normally live.
See? And I tell you, we've added some. We've even added some this week, so that we're going to talk
Oh,
about.
definitely.
Okay? So go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. So whenever possible, you want to try and stay with these particular vendors, and they're going to be able to assist you with lots of items.
Yes.
Some are going to be all-inclusive. Others are going to be semi-inclusive.
And we're going to talk about that here in a minute. We're going to talk about, let's just go through the list. You have Amazara, Club Cruise. Now, the thing about Azamara, okay, is this is a cruise line that usually, and Peggy, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, right? But doesn't Azamara usually stay like in port 2 or 3 days, right?
They normally do, and Azamara is normally going to be more of a river cruise.
or luxury.
They're more river cruise sailings. but they
and they're
are
also
doing
luxury.
some-
They're also luxury.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
You have Carnival,
Carnival, Celebrity,
Celestial,
Celestial,
Disney Cruise Line,
Cunard, Disney, Holland America, MSC,
Margaritaville at Sea.
Margaritaville at Sea.
I forgot to add one here.
Norwegian
Viking
Cruise
Cruises.
Line.
We forgot to add Viking Cruises as a preferred supplier here too.
Oh, Viking should belong
Yeah.
here somewhere.
Oceana Cruises.
Oceana.
This is the new one. Paul Gauguin.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about Paul
Gauguin.
Gauguin. If you were like wondering, where's Paul Gauguin? That's mostly the South Pacific. Bora Bora,
Yes.
Tahiti, New Zealand, Australia, over in there. Princess Cruise Lines, Regent Seven Seas Cruises, Royal Caribbean International, Seabourn. This is a new one that will be with us in-house next week. Silver Seas Cruises and Virgin Voyages and Viking Cruises. These are the ones. Now, you can book the other ones also. All right? But
Yeah.
those are the ones that we work with. These are the ones you want to work with. All right? All right, let's go to the next slide. Okay. New cruise pricing for 2025. All right. When you see a pricing on a bus, or let's say that you're driving around, you see a billboard that says Princess says blah blah blah. Okay, that will usually be the lowest cabin category. So if they say starting at 350, all right, for the 4-night cruise, that usually means it's the lowest cabin category, which is an interior cabin. Amount showing
Right.
is only cabin only. Price per person, double occupancy. All right. And now the new thing is that they have to show the port charges, taxes, and fees. Before they never had to do that. Pricing shows does not include insurance, gratuities, drink packages, miscellaneous packages like spa and wellness, specialty restaurants, or the excursions. When in doubt, call the cruise line, customer support, and get the name of the person that you speak to at customer support. This should be the number one rule. Whenever you call, even if you're calling Apple Vacations or FunJet, get the name of that person you're speaking to on the other line. That's going to help us if they give you the wrong information. Okay?
Exactly.
Let's go to the next slide. All right, Peggy.
All right. We're working on a quote for a sailing.
Mm-hmm.
This one happens to be with Carnival,
Yep.
and it's done directly on GoCCL. You can do quotes on many of the different sites, whether it's Cruising Power,
Okay, now
bunch of them.
Okay, let's stop right here now. GoCCL is the booking engine for Carnival, all right? Okay, comments line. What is the booking engine for Princess?
That's one
Oh,
source.
wait, let them do it. Okay. I'm doing some interactive
I'm
here.
sorry.
That's okay. Okay.
I'm not supposed to answer. Okay.
That's okay. Okay, here's the next one. What is the travel agent portal for celebrity cruises and Royal Caribbean? Okay, and we'll answer that at the end of this cruise quote. Now, this is a cruise quote, and Peggy sees these a ton. Okay, these are things that you're going to be sending to your clients. Okay, now you see this is for the Luminosa in May going through Alaska. Okay, the stateroom is a balcony upgrade. Okay, so it's going to be that. All right, now let's go to the next slide. That's because you put in the code, the rate code.
Right.
Okay,
This is going to be basically the itinerary.
right? When you arrive, when you
Right.
depart. Yeah. You know, that's interesting that they depart that early. You know, usually cruise ships usually depart around 5:30, you know, like right around sunset, but they're leaving at 3:30, so that's kind of interesting. This is when they're in Juneau, when they arrive, when they're departing. Now, here's something. Notice that this, okay, in Juneau, right, is at 1 p.m., but they're departing at 10 p.m. Right? What's so interesting about that, Peggy? That they're
Well, there's
departing,
activities in Juneau
but usually,
that your clients can take advantage of.
right, but usually the sun is still up by this time
Exactly.
because they have longer summer days in Alaska. This is one of the things that trips out your clients when they go to Alaska. It's like, whoa, it's 10:30, and it looks like it's, you know,
Yeah.
4:30 outside. Okay, so the
And
days
the
are
sun's still up.
yeah,
Yeah.
the sun is still up, so that affects their sleeping habits when they go, oh my God, it's 11 o'clock, and it looks like it's 6:30, you know, so it affects them. But there you go, and this is the itinerary. So now let's go to the next slide. Now you see the itinerary. Then we're going to give you the quote. Here we go. Here is the quote. Fare information. Okay. So the total is going to be here. The cruise charges, cruise fare, required cruise fees and expenses, government taxes and fees, the deposit, final by credit card. There's all of it together. All right. This is what you send them. Okay. Now with these guys, for the drink package and the Wi-Fi and the specialty restaurants and the spa and all that, that will be paid separately from this. Correct, Peggy?
That is correct. They will do that when they're doing their online check-in.
Right. Now, I would recommend, now here's the thing. You want to make sure, especially with the drink package, that you purchase it before the cruise. Don't purchase it the day of on the cruise ship. It'll be that much more expensive. And usually it
It'll be
doesn't
more
kick in.
expensive, then it won't be available to them immediately.
Right. It doesn't kick in immediately. It has to wait like a 12-hour cycle or something.
Exactly.
So you want to make sure about that. All right, let's go to the next slide. All right.
Our cruise line's all-inclusive. All-inclusive cruise lines are basically Regent Seven Seas, Cunard, Silver Seas, Oceana, Seabourn,
Okay. Okay. Here.
Paul Gauguin,
Yeah.
Senai all-inclusive cruises, our Carnival, Princess, Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, those cruise lines, and of course they have specialty restaurants too.
Mm-hmm. But now those restaurants you have to pay for. This up here is the luxury brands. This will include Crystal Cruises, Regent Seven Seas, Cunard, Silver Seas, Oceana Seas. This will include, now with Oceana, okay, when you're on that ship, and Kevin has told you this, you don't pay for the specialty restaurants. That's all included. That's all included. You do have to pay for the excursions. They do offer a Wi-Fi. They do also offer a non-alcoholic package and a regular alcoholic package, or alcohol package, not alcoholic package. Did I say that right, Amanda?
I think so.
Let's go to the next
Close
slide.
enough, yeah.
Let's go to the next slide. Speaking about the drink pack, I'll do this one, Peggy. The drink packages.
You got it.
Okay. You have non-alcoholic drink package includes the following: coffees, teas, juices, sodas, milk, and water. Listen, highly recommend that you get this for families. I'm telling you, because Coca-Cola, you know, the kids want the Coca-Colas, they want the milk, they want iced tea, they blah, 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 blah. That will build up. So you want to get this if you've got kids, you know, because the kids, I mean, they do drink a lot of stuff, and even bottled water. Yeah. Now, there also is the wine and spirits package. That includes the following. It includes all what's up here: the coffee, teas, juices, sodas, milk, water, but also unlimited beer, wine, mixed drinks, specialty drinks, and charge for high-end liquors. But I never really have seen that. Even on Carnival or Princess or Royal Caribbean, I've never seen them ever charge for, you know, Johnny Walker Red on the rocks or anything like that. But they do, if you get into the higher-end brands, the more expensive brands, you will get charged for that. Now, again, you want to purchase this before you get on the ship, you know, at least a couple of weeks before you get on. You know, remind your clients to purchase this, you know, a couple of weeks before. The thing is that you get closer to embarkation day and departure day, okay, the prices go up. So you want to get this. I mean, I usually get mine like as soon as I purchase my cruise. I go, I want to purchase the drink package and everything else right now, the spa and all that stuff. Get that out of the way. So I know that I'm set to go on the cruise in 4 or 5 months, that I've paid everything. Okay? All right, let's go to the next slide. Okay, here we go.
Qualify, qualify, qualify. Picking the right cruise line. You want to ask your clients, why are they going on a cruise? Have you ever cruised before? What cruise line? Explain the pre and post cruise night. Explain the air and transfer portion too. Are there any special circumstances or needs? If you've got Uncle Joe and Aunt Betty that you haven't seen in years, they're now using walkers or need oxygen, you need to be able to pass that information on to the cruise line. If they need special accommodations, the cruise line has got to be brought into that so that we can make sure they have the right type of cabin, that they're fully accessible, whatever the situation is. And, you know, always go through the excursions with them. Get dates that they'd like to travel. Do all of the clients have passports, or are they working on them? Because passports are always highly recommended. And then, are there any other people that might like to travel, like their neighbors down the street? And maybe the neighbors are going to look at this cruise and go, you know, I'll bet Jim and Johnny across the street might like to go.
Yeah. I want to go through this a little bit, okay? Because there's really important things here. Okay. Have you ever cruised before? Be careful here when you're doing the family reunion thing and you're doing like the 7-nighter to Mexican Riviera or down, and some of the family hasn't cruised. There's nothing worse than getting people on a cruise who've never cruised before, and then I hate this experience, and then
Oh, yeah.
it's just, so make sure about that. Now, one of the things, if you got people that are interested in going on cruising for the very first time, I always recommend that you want to do the 3 or 4-nighter. Check it out first, see if you like it before you do that 15-day or 7-nighter. You know what I mean? Which cruise line did you go on?
Oh, yeah.
Explain the pre and post nights. This can really ruin experiences if you don't do this properly. All right? If you are in the Midwest and you're going to Galveston, you're going to Orlando, you have to have a pre-night hotel. Because if you leave, Detroit in December and the flight's delayed and you're trying to get down to the port that day, you're not going to make it on board. You're just not. I've seen this happen.
Exactly.
And this is
Exactly.
really important. And pre and post nights, this is where you can make your extra commission. And we'll show you that here in a minute. Explain the air. How am I going to get from the airport to the cruise terminal? Okay. Are there any special needs and circumstances? This is important. You guys don't get this right. You just think, I'll tell the cruise line, yeah, I need a couple of wheelchairs and then, what happened? Royal Caribbean doesn't do that for you. You have to go through a different service with Royal Caribbean. Then you're calling me up going, oh my God, my Aunt Betty's not going to have a wheelchair and da-da-da. So follow up. If you've got wheelchair, if you've got oxygen, if you've got, dialysis, talk to the customer service. How do I get that book from my client, my family? Okay, they will tell you how to do it. Don't just think, I called Carnival and they're going to give me that cabin, boom, for special needs. But you still need a wheelchair. You need the scooter. How do I get a scooter? Right? How do I do that? There's different ways, right, Peggy? Each cruise line has a different way to do it.
Yeah, there are companies that the cruise lines use that they can give you the information that you can contact them, find out what the cost is going to be,
But
present that to your clients.
Yeah, and don't wait.
Make a decision, and it will be delivered to their cabin.
Yes, and don't wait for the last day. Don't because there
No.
may not be enough. Okay.
No.
When do you want to
Do
go on?
this ahead of time.
Do the clients have passports? That's really important. And listen, it's right at the end of the qualifying. You got everything. Okay, I got everything ready, Mr. Johnson. Yeah. Okay. So you want to do Mexican Riviera? You want to do 7-nighter? The week after Easter of 2026? No problem. Hey, do you want to invite anybody else on this? Any family members? Hey, the Millers down the street. They're great friends with us. Your booking is now doubled. Your booking has now doubled. So don't forget that one. Okay, let's go to the next slide. As we dialed into the innards of that one. Okay, qualify. Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you guys have noticed there's a new. Okay, Amanda, what was the end of the tribute question? Right?
Okay, so cruising power,
Is for what? Is for.
Royal Caribbean and Celebrity.
That's correct. Cruising power. That is correct. Okay.
Good job.
Good job. Qualify. What type of cabin do you want? Do your clients want? This is important. You have cabin types. You have interior cabin, ocean view, balcony, mini suite, grand suite. You have to explain this to them. This is not like a hotel. Hotels basically have, one master bedroom king, two bedroom, two queens, and a suite. This is a little bit different. So know this.
Yep.
Okay. Listen, there's so much videos and so many. I mean, if you're going to use the videos that are out there, you want to use the professional ones from their sites. Don't take it off, Joe Smith, travel agent, on YouTube that went on the Icon of the Seas and got some weird video and he's talking. No, you want to use the Royal Caribbean one off their official site that you can show the client this is what the Icon really is. See? Mm-hmm. So, and this is what their rooms look like, and etc. Now, if you ever want to know what your room looks like, every time I book a cruise, I always check my cabin. They go, okay, your cabin, blah, 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 blah. I go to YouTube, and usually I'm like 3 or 4 doors down from where the video was. It's the same cabin. So I'll know exactly what I'm getting myself into. So you can use that. Okay? All right, let's go to the next slide. Yeah, YouTube. What a great tool. Go ahead, Peggy.
Oh, this is regarding dining. What time do your clients want to dine? Normally, the ships are going to have 5 p.m., 6 p.m., 7 p.m. Sometimes they'll term it early, late, or anytime dining. I shy away from anytime dining simply because you must make reservations.
Yeah. Yep,
But they just need to let you know what time they would prefer to dine. And if you have more than one cabin, you definitely want to link bookings together
yes.
for dining purposes.
Yes. Now, here's something else that you can tell your clients about. Let's say they had a really long day, okay? And they went on a couple excursions and they're just like beat tired and they don't want to get dressed up and go down to the dining room. Usually on the Lido deck of all the ships, okay, they have whatever's serving in the dining room will be on the Lido deck. So you can go up there and, in your flip-flops and you're just more casual, stuff, and you can eat right there as much as you want, right there. Okay, so let them know about that. Is that you don't have to go to the dining room every night if you don't want to. Now, be aware of this, and a lot of people don't know this. All the cruise lines have dress-up night. What? Yeah, they have dress-up night, and you better let your clients know that. Okay, we kind of forget about this, but this is important. And for the military, ex-military, and they want you dressed up in your uniform, or if they have those nights, but they do have dress-up night, and it's really important that you get that. So for the kids and everybody else, now you don't have to participate in that if you don't want to, but you're going to look kind of funny if you're down there, with your shorts and your your sneakers, and you're trying to eat in the dining room, and everybody's wearing a suit and looking really nice. So it's a great time to take photos at that time. And that's when they offer that to you too, where you can get ship photos. Okay, let's talk about this. And this is important because we get a lot of this. And Peggy and I, we talked about this the last couple of days. This is the minor guest policy update of 2025. This is for Carnival, but generally this is the general rule for all cruise lines. I want Peggy to go through this so she can explain it to you. Go ahead, Peggy.
All right. I will get, sometimes 2 or 3 emails from Carnival letting us know that a certain booking has minor guest policy infractions or violations. And basically that means that if you have passengers that are 21 years of age or under, and they are not linked to a cabin with an adult 25 years old, their cabin could be canceled and they could lose all monies that are currently on the booking. So when you're booking reservations, you've got to link the cabins for the underage folks with the adults that are traveling.
Yeah.
There are special codes that need to be put into both bookings. And we're not talking linking for dining purposes. That doesn't work.
And where we're seeing this is this. Okay, usually this happens with families of 4 because you guys are thinking, okay, I can put mom and dad in one cabin and I can put the kids in another cabin. That ain't going to work. That's when you get into minor guest violation. Like Peggy said, you got to have somebody in that cabin 25 or older. Now, if they are adjoining, like we have mom and dad.
There's a door between.
Right, the door in between. If they're adjoining, then it's okay to have the 2 kids in one and the adults in the other. But if you can't have like mom and dad on one row of the cabin and put the other kids across the way. That's not going to work.
No.
So be aware of this. This is very important. Let's just go through this again. Carnival's minor policy requires all guests under 21 to travel with a person aged 25 or older, with specific exceptions for legally married couples and qualified U.S. or Canadian military personnel aged 18 to 20 who must provide documentation. Now, so there's some leeway here, okay, in regards to the military and certain circumstances, but you have to get this checked out. if you've got clients in this category of the 18 to 20 and they're military or Canadian or call the customer service rep and say, get me the rules for this. So, and
Yep.
what's your name? Your Bill at Carnival? Great. Bill at Carnival said it was okay to book. Okay? Older can travel without this restriction. There is a huge curfew for those 17 and under, and infants must be at least 6 months old to sail. So know this. If you're dealing with that young family that, oh yeah, wow, we just had a baby, 4-month old, you're not getting on the ship. Okay?
Yep.
You got to know this, because if it comes down to it, and they monitor this, and that's why they call us, because they tell us, hey, you know what, your agent has messed this up. They're in violation.
Yep.
And they might lose everything, like Peggy said. And that's why when we try to get a hold of you,
emails from us, exactly.
and then when we try to get a hold of you, we can't. I don't know why, because your voicemail box is full, or your voicemail box is not set up, or we call you or email and you don't call us back. Then the day of the cruise happens, and guess what? Mom and dad has a cabin, but the kids don't. And then, oh, Peggy, I don't know what to do. See, so you got to be on top of your bookings, and you got to know this. This is really important, okay? Because we're getting too much of it, and that's why we decided to put this in there, right, Peggy?
That's exactly right. We just want to make sure that you're aware, and that's just one more thing you have to check off your list of to-dos.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the next slide. Okay, major cruise ports and cruise terminals in the United States and Alaska. You should know this. You should know this. This is your moneymaker. Okay, just like the airports. Like, I don't know where the airports are. What you should know is where you're at. Okay, if you're like in Colorado, if you're in up in the Great Lakes area, where is the closest cruise terminal to you? Because you're going to refer your business to them. Here's the best one. This area in here, I always love this one, Galveston. This is becoming a huge terminal. Huge.
Oh, yeah.
Brand new
Yep.
cruise terminals. Royal Caribbean just had one last year. MSC has one this year. Huge, beautiful. I mean, another big one, Orlando, okay, Port Canaveral. That is really huge. And Orlando's becoming, and that's a win-win for you. If you got somebody going out of
yeah.
Port Canaveral, I mean, come on. Universal Epic Universe is just amazing. I mean, right, Amanda? Right?
Oh, 100%. I loved it. It was amazing, and all the different parks had different things to offer.
But- Yeah.
Well,
Do
yeah,
that,
take them into Disney World.
or Disney World.
I mean, there's a lot of different things to do.
You do 4 a night. That's more commission for you. And then you know what? Oh, wow. You're going on the Mardi Gras. You're going on the Star of the Sea, the new ship by Royal Caribbean. Oh, my goodness. See? That makes a full thing. But know this,
Yep.
okay? Amanda's going to be putting this in the travel cafe, so you guys have this. We've had this for a while, so you guys should know this, okay? Know it, all right? Let's go to the next slide. Okay,
Oh,
cruise
weather factors. Oh, boy.
Okay.
We talked about this at the beginning.
That's right. We talked about this.
Hurricane season.
Yeah, we talked about this at the beginning, and this is something that you
Yeah.
should know about. September it's the most busiest month, September and October. This is when it gets
Yeah.
the most. And what's interesting is that, when I mentioned these hurricanes, everybody thought, oh, yeah, it's in the Gulf of Mexico. It's over in the east. No, it's not. The 2 hurricanes that we talked about at the top of the training today was Hurricane Lorena, which is currently right now just outside of Cabo San Lucas. If you got people going to Cabo San Lucas this weekend, look at that. Be on top of that. And also we have another one called Kiko, which is category 4, which is heading towards the southern part of Mexico. We'll keep you updated. By Friday, we'll have some better images to show you about that. But you should know this.
Right.
The hurricane season is June 1. Even if you're booking land, okay, if you're booking, like Sandals, or if you're booking all-inclusive resorts like, Dreams and Secrets, you got to know this, all right? Because you don't want to book that destination wedding in September, for Sandals Ochi Rios. You don't, no, don't do that, because one weekend it's beautiful, the next weekend it's chaos. The Caribbean is June 1 through November 30th. The Pacific starts a little bit earlier, May 15th through November 30th, and you can always check on weather.com or zoom.earth, what we use. Let's go to the next slide. And usually the cruise lines, just they stay away from that. All right, go ahead, Peggy. You can do this one.
How to get cruise quotes. You can go onto the cruise line's website and build a cruise quote with the correct information and email it to the client for review, so then you can book it for them. You can call the cruise line and ask for a cruise quote. You're going to use the Archer Travel phone number, which is going to be the 818-248-9141. Provide all of the information, itinerary, ship, date, cabin type, as much as you've collected from your clients. Get the name of the customer service representative. Have them email you the quote, email to the client to review, and then book. There are some cruise lines that may or may not give you an email quote. That's when we go back onto our tools, go to Cruising Tower, OneSource, whatever the website is that you're using. You can generate a quote there.
Now, about those websites, what Peggy just talked about, okay? Yeah, they have training on GoCCL, Cruising Power, OneSource, Norwegian, they all, Princess. I mean, they all have training on how to work those websites so you can get, more proficient and more efficient with them to get through to the next booking. During the process, you always have Peggy to coordinate with if you've got any questions at all. Now, here's the thing, okay? Let's go to the next slide. The final cruise quote includes the following: the total price of the cruise per person, cabin price, all taxes, fees, insurance, port charges, gratuities, not included in the pricing, but still should be purchased, the drink packages, excursions, and spa, okay? Now, one of the things that even I do when I purchase a cruise, I'll buy a cruise, and I mean, usually I get it here, or Peggy will help me get something. But what I do after I've paid for it, I wait about 4 or 5 days, and I call the cruise line, and I check on it to make sure that, yes, Jose, you do have this balcony. Yes, you have the drink package. Yes, you have the spa that you want, everything else. And you should be doing this. Don't just think, okay, I did it for the Johnsons. Here's your email. Goodbye. See ya. Boom. Remember, you're building relationship here. We've done videos on how you prep that family for the cruise, because they don't know they have to get dressed up. They don't know this is their first experience. You have to help them go through this. They've spent a lot of money. They want their money's worth. So,
exactly.
You want to be able to share them. Say, if you're going on car, there's going to be a white party. What's that? Or if you're going on Virgin Voyages, adults only, there's going to be a red party. What is that? What is that? Because they don't know. So, you got to tell them about that. What to expect. Where do I park my car? How many hours is it going to take for me to get to, Galveston? What's the, they're going to have all these questions. You got to be ready for it. So it's not just, here's your email. Thank you for the credit card. See you. Bye. It ain't that. It ain't that. And the more you interact with them, the more you build that relationship, the more they're going to come back for you again and again and again and refer more business to you. That's right. I don't know why you guys do that. Oh, I booked it, and then they call us. Right, Peggy? Right? They call us.
Yes, they call us.
We had somebody, we've been trying to get a hold of our agent. We're cruising. We're cruising at the end of the month, and we've been trying to call, and you guys don't call back. You don't follow up. And that's the crux. I told you that. This is why we have the importance of follow-up. The agents that don't follow up, that's goodbye. You're not meant for this business.
Exactly.
You don't want it. You don't want it. And it's very doable. It's all right here. It's all right here. Follow up. Then we have to chase you down. We have to chase you down and go, the Millers are wanting to go and I've been so busy in my life, but well, you have your business. It gets serious.
And if you're not going to take care of your business, we'll handle the client. We'll take care of the business.
Yeah, we'll help you. If we know life happens. If I don't have time to do that, Peggy, can you help me? Yeah, we can work around you, but at least get in contact with us. Don't just leave us dangling out there, and the clients are dangling out there going, I don't know what I'm going to do. Okay, All right, so
Yeah.
let's go to the next slide. You guys, ways to purchase. Online purchase, you can, cruise line website, phone in. You can phone it in. You remember the credit card authorization form and then the Archer Travel booking and commission form. That is important. I don't know why, again, it's like you guys skip, well, I did everything else. Well, there you go, I'm done. No. If you want your money, that's the last step in the steps of the sale. Fill that out. That's your money.
Exactly.
Be careful. Do not take cash. Do not take cash. Okay? In other words, well, I don't have any credit cards. Can I just pay you in cash? No. No. Let the client go, and I know a lot of people don't have credit cards. You can go down to the bank and get a debit card. Get it, pay it off that way. All right? And then be careful of the gift cards that there might have gift cards, which is like cruise credit.
Like a prepaid gift card.
From,
they're not normally reloadable.
Right.
So
from
if
the cruise
there's a
line.
cancellation and they want their money back,
Yeah.
there's no way to refund it back.
So those are the ways to purchase. If you have any questions about the process, you can always contact either myself or Peggy and we'll help you. Okay? Let's go to the next slide. You guys, this week has been Oceania Cruises Week, and this is a beautiful video. And this is something that we're seeing in our data. You guys are lifting up the brands. You guys are finally getting into the luxury brands. And that's smart of you because that's better commission. And this is an incredible experience of these two new ships. This is Oceania, the Sonata and Ariata reveal. Let's go ahead and roll it, Amanda.
Imagine a pair of ships, so elegant, so gracious, so breathtaking, that there are simply not enough superlatives to truly capture their sheer magnificence. Behold, a new generation of luxury cruising. Oceania Sonata and Oceania Arietta, inspired by culinary artisans, designed by master architects, crafted by renowned Italian shipbuilders. These vessels are a symphony of gracious design, exquisite residential comfort, and the most extraordinary culinary experience at sea.
These new ships will be one of our most spacious to date. They will introduce spectacular new categories of suites and afford our guests a choice of even more dining experiences than ever before.
3, 2, 1, push the button.
There is one element of the Oceania Cruises experience that remains constant. An enduring promise that only deepens every time you step on board. The warm, genuine hospitality that makes every journey feel like coming home. And that is the heart and soul of our Oceania Cruises family, our officers and crew. Oceania Sonata debuts in 2027. Oceania Cruises, where every journey is a masterpiece.
Yeah, just really beautiful.
They are magnificent looking.
Oh, picture going on these. This is an incredible experience. Listen, you guys, this is still on sale. It's on sale on selected sailings, 50% off. This ends September 16th. It ends September 16th. Kevin's going to join us Friday morning for the wrap up, and I really want to salute him for being with us. Again, Amanda will be putting that link for that video in the comments page and in YouTube, so you guys can download that and put that out there in your socials right now. Get that out there. What an incredible experience. And if you have a bunch of people that do, gastronomy, that are foodies, oh man, they're going to be in heaven. They are truly going to be in heaven, so you really want to look out for that. All right, let's go to the next slide. Again, if you want a copy of this PowerPoint, all you need to do is email me at the end of this presentation, and I'll send it off to you, and you'll be able to get it. You can reach me at Jose L, that's JOSEL, at archertravel.com. Or you can even email these guys too, Evo Customer Care. I'll send it to you out there. Peggy, I want to thank you so much for being with us. I really just enjoy when you're going to be here with us. Next week, Peggy's going to join us as we continue in the series of how to book cruises. We're going to show you how to book group cruises. Yep.
I'm really excited about that.
because Peggy is also our group cruise coordinator. And I tell you, she has saved you guys. I've heard, she saved your, bunch of times, a bunch of times. So, we're here for you. And that's just it, that you have a great partnership with us because we want to see you succeed and make those commissions. So we're going to talk about that next week. Amanda, do you have any questions or comments for us?
No, I think that's it, Jose.
All right, everybody. I'll see you on Friday. Bye.
Take care.